So this is a bit of documentation about the starting of my coding class. I decided to go for it, and it's the first class is tonight in San Francisco. It's Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. and the class is every Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. for 16 weeks. And I've been doing some of the introductory prep work that they sent me. Intro to HTML and CSS. HTML is hypertext markup language. CSS is cascading style sheets. And CSS is what helps you give more flavor to your HTML creations. The HTML is more basic and you have fewer options with it. So CSS is used in conjunction with HTML. That's part of what I learned. There's a whole bunch of different commands to style text, to make something bold, to italicize something, color, text spacing, space between words, space between sentences, image spacing, turning an image into a link. Everything that you could possibly do with a web page is what I'm learning right now. And so far it seems doable. Interest-wise, it seems doable. It's not. I obviously don't care too terribly much about aesthetics of a website, but I care more about the learning process of learning how a computer thinks. And according to one of the guys that I've been talking with today, he said that's the most important thing, is understanding the concepts. So you're understanding the computer's brain, which seems like my kind of style of learning. So yeah, I'm embarking on this optimistically, and I understand that it may not be my dream career. Maybe it will be, I don't know. I have always had a huge issue choosing anything, so this is just, in my mind, this is a step, and I'm gonna give it my best shot, and something will come of it. And it's the first step in removing myself from the Lyft and Uber scene into doing something that is challenging to me and that feels meaningful. And I have colleagues. Don't have any colleagues with Lyft and Uber, I just have passengers. So yeah, 16 weeks. Oh, and there's also a guarantee in the contract with Codify that so long as you follow all of their instructions as far as work that you're completing and coding that you're submitting to, I forget what they called it, but you're basically submitting code on a regular basis for examination by people who actually know what they're doing. And in addition to that, it's something like 20 applications a week for the last 4 weeks, so nearly 100 applications that you're going to be submitting at the end of the coding marathon. And the guarantee is that if I don't get a job within 6 months of graduation, then they'll refund the whole price, which is that's a very good selling point in my eyes. I didn't even expect anything like that, so that's kind of it's a nice bonus. Yeah. Other than that, as far as me personally, I'm up and down, and it's different every day. I have a good support system around me, and I have, whereas normally I didn't rely on any people when I was having issues, now I actually do reach out. and communicate with others about things that are going on with me. So I'm slowly learning how to interact with others rather than doing the loner thing all the time. I still do that. I still enjoy my solitude, but that's not my main method of being right now. I'm learning how to interact with others again. It is still difficult because still breaking up with Kim is difficult, and I still am not 100% sure as to what exactly happened there. I do still feel like it's correct. I kind of hold a little bit of, I wouldn't even say hope, but I still hold out the possibility that we could get back together in some way, shape, or form if I can normalize. If I can get a sort of career, be fine financially instead of always on rough footing. There's a possibility, but I'm not going to put any expectations on that. I just leave it open. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, I was reading a bit of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, or Thoth, not sure how it's called, but he's an Atlantean god, I guess, being, and he shares his wisdom in those tablets. They're available to everybody on the internet, of course, and it's interesting. He apparently broke free of the human form and roamed the universe via the soul or the heart or the essence or whatever it is that you become after you loosen the fetters, I think is something something like what he likened it to. He considers this sort of state of being a bondage, and I agree, it is too. It is a bondage, but it's a learning bondage, so learn within your bondage, and maybe someday you will fly free. That's going to be it for today. So anybody watching this, wish me luck on this programming journey. I'm excited about it. I haven't been in a learning environment for a long time, especially not one that challenged me. For a long time I was in liberal studies. That wasn't challenging, I was just busy working memorization and learning how to deal with bullshit bureaucracy, which I'm not interested in. So this is going to be an actual challenge. It's going to be pure, kind of like how chess is pure to me. Bureaucracy does exist in the social interactions of the top chess players, but I'm not involved in that at all, so I don't even see that part of it. I just see the machinations of the pieces and how mysterious the whole game is. So I kind of hope programming will be something similar to that. That way, if it's anything like chess, then it will hook me in and I won't be able to get away from it, just because my mind will be fascinated. So that's that. That's update for the day. And to everybody who's watching this, I wish you well. This earth, this whatever this place is. I'm not even going to put a label on it because it diminishes whatever this is. So whatever this is, wherever we are, I wish you well. Reach out to people around you who understand your mind to an extent. It's not good to do this alone. I've tried it. It doesn't work very well. Try not to practice too much self-hate. Some of that will come automatically, but when you get into those modes, in the self-hating or the everything-hating mode, it's not really a bad thing to be in that mode. Just like good, bad, duality, either is fine. In that sense, it doesn't matter that much, but just know that if you're tired of being in that mode all the time, you don't have to be. You can lessen it. And the way you lessen it, what I've found is by communicating with other like-minded individuals. That's how you do it. You don't lessen it by going and doing tons of research. You don't lessen it by sitting inside your head all day. You lessen it. You lose your self-constriction by communicating with other like-minded individuals. That's my best remedy, is connection with people who actually care about you. If you're pretending a connection with somebody who doesn't actually care about you, then you're adding onto your suppression and your pretense, your ego self, all these things which lead down the negative path. But if you can get around people who you can have a genuine conversation with, a non-judgmental conversation, a happy conversation, a witty conversation, a satirical conversation, a parody type of a conversation where you can poke fun at things, but you're not involving angst or too much judgment. It's more of an evaluation and a play than it is a serious matter. That's how I like to interact. But I'm also enjoying having closer personal connections with people. So, said I would end earlier, but now the diatribe has gone to 12 minutes, so I really am going to end now. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't know when it's going to be. Try to upload 1 to 2 times a week, sometimes more if I'm feeling some type of way. Alright guys, take care.